What is up and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy flippinstoop, episode 2 of the day. This would actually make 14. There's going to be 730 videos going up on the YouTube channel this year and in this group, as long as nobody stops my group or bans my group for whatever reasoning. This is why I'm watching some of the political things I say or whatever, because I'm a strong believer. That's why my last group, there was no explanation for it. It was just canceled. Okay? So what I want to get in this group, without even knowing any of you personally, right? Without knowing any of you personally, ever shook your hand, hung out with you for a day or anything, I know one thing about every single person in this channel, and I know one thing about every single person in this group on Facebook. And it is the simple truth is every single fucking one of you have greatness within you. There ain't a single one that doesn't have it. There ain't nobody walking this earth. There ain't nobody listing items that can't be the next great fucking thing. It's always you're single. I can't say that word. You are simply one decision away from a whole different result on eBay. It's one decision. It is a decision. Your underlying success. Stop looking for the fucking magic hack trick, dude, or what somebody's doing, or your reselling journey, your success level on fucking eBay is not what everybody else is doing. Okay? Yes, there's some certain tips and little, they're not even tips. It's just what you have to do. Show up and do what you say you're going to do on a daily basis, and you'll get the result you want, right? People want to look for a faster way, right? Me included. I wanted the fast way in the beginning. Why do you think I did the research I did for 12 months? It was a big waste of time. There ain't no fast way. If there's any channel out there saying there's a fast way to success on eBay, they're full of shit. Although you can start succeeding pretty quick on eBay, considering, right? You can. You most definitely can. A lot of people understand is we don't see greatness a lot in life, right? You might see it on TV. You might read a book about it. And there's reasons for that. It is literally because the people don't want to do, the people, us, we don't want to do what it's going to take for the greatness to happen. But I strongly challenge you to do this today. Don't you want to be great at one thing in life? Isn't there something? I don't care if it's parenting, whatever, right? Don't you want to be great at something in life? Why choose to be mediocre? I say this. This is my personal belief. This is my standards of myself. If you can have greatness, why ain't you going after it? Why wouldn't you? What is it? It is literally because of the little things you've seen on TV. Thank God it's Friday, right? They literally programmed us. Now, that might sound batshit crazy, but it's truthful, right? I'm going to give you an example. If they took you from 5 years old till a senior in high school and told you every day of your life you're going to win, you're going to succeed, this is how money works, this is how business is. If they taught you that from 5 years old till your senior year in high school, there wouldn't be a single person watching this content. There wouldn't be a single person living paycheck to paycheck. Ever. So it is what they embed in your head, right? So we believe, a lot of us believe, let's put it that way, I work a 40-hour week, 60-hour week, whatever it is you do, and after that I get to be lazy and do whatever I want. Now that is up to you, and it is your choice. But don't bitch about the results you're getting in life if that's what you do, right? Don't do that. My whole everything about this group, everything about the YouTube channel is to try to get the best out of you. Because you know what? That's what people that care want. If you're around people that don't want the best for you, they are not your fucking family. They are not your loved ones. Stop lying to yourself. If somebody does not want great for you in the journey you're going, they are the enemy. They are the fucking enemy, okay? And it's truthful. There's people like that maybe in your family. Maybe it's part of your social circle, right? Everybody has one in the social circle that if it came down to we got to get rid of one, y'all know which one that would be, right? Yeah, everybody knows that, right? But everybody know. I am a firm believer. Very few people think that they actually have great potential within them on eBay. And it drives me nuts, right? It drives me nuts because there is not a single person. So the one thing that you got to do different to be great is be accountable and be responsible and have discipline. and consistency, right? Those things right there could sum up fucking eBay and nobody would ever have to talk about it again. But that's not what people want to hear. People want to hear there's a trick to it, man. There's something you put in the title that's going to get the item to sell, right? No, just keep listing, man. Just keep listing. Just keep doing what you say. I can't, like, even for myself, I'm far from where I want to be. I'm glad where I'm at, but I'm not satisfied, right? I think that's where you got to get. You got to get to a place of being grateful. First of all, if it's your item 1 or item 10,000, right? Be grateful for where you're at, but not content where you're at. And that's how you grow. I always, even though I get my items up, I always feel like I should be doing more. And if you're feeling like that, you're on the right path. Even if you're blowing it out of the park, even if you're fucking teching sports and killing the fucking game, I'm almost certain. I've never talked to him personally one time on eBay. I told him I was grateful for him or whatever, and he responded back. That was it. But even someone like that, I bet you when he lays down at night, he wonders if he could have done a little more. That's where the greatness comes from. Look, greatness on eBay, or great results, we'll just put that right, is within you. It's in everybody on this channel, right? It's in everything. Every living person has greatness somewhere. But if you're choosing eBay, you can make eBay your greatness. You can make it happen. And it's one singular decision. People think it's a billion different things you got to do. Look, yeah, you're going to have failures, but without them, you're not growing, man. There's another thing people don't want to do. People don't want to fail. And if you don't want to fail, you ain't never going to make it, right? If you're laying under the radar just small enough so you don't fail, that's where you're going to be for the rest of your life, right? Who really wants that? Who in this group right now, on this channel, says you want to be right exactly where you're at 10 years down the road? Nobody, because nobody feels like that, man, I don't believe. Unless you already did everything and you got everything to where you want to get it to, right? But then I still challenge that, right? Because you ever notice once you reach a goal, I told myself I was going to be consistent in the gym for 30 days, not miss a day, right? Did that. But then I still wasn't satisfied. I said, let's see if we can do it for 60 days, right? And then after that, I'm not going to be satisfied, right? So you're always striving for something else. We all think in life, and me included, guys, we all think we're going to hit this point where everything's just going to be glorious and everything's going to be perfect. That is not the case, man. It's never going to be that. That's why very successful entrepreneurs talk about you got to learn to love the process. Look, you're not going to love everything about eBay. There ain't no way. If you love everything about eBay, you might want to go get checked out, right? There's certain things you're going to have to do that you're not going to want to do, right? Like how many people want to deal with an unruly customer? Very few people, right? There's certain things. How many people want to deal with returns? Very few people, right? But people that do it on a daily basis like me, we realize as resellers, that's part of the process, right? It's part of the process. There came a time where I used to love going out looking for the inventory, right? Now, I would just rather it come to my door, right? I would rather not waste the time I could be listing items, searching for items, right? I don't get excited about that no more. So there's certain things in this journey. You can't love everything you do. You can't, right? Half the time, there's times I don't want to eat, guys, and I like food. Right? Because I'm doing all kinds of other stuff. I'd rather my belly just get full on its own, right? What is that a sign of? Laziness, right? Not prioritizing my time, all kinds of stuff. So I do know one thing about everybody in this group is you got greatness in you, and I don't think you'd be watching this group if you didn't want great results on eBay, right? If you just want mediocre results on eBay, I would just keep doing what you're doing, right? You want greatness on eBay, shift something. One decision away. Hey, look, I kind of been dicking the dog for a year, just feeling the waters, but I'm going to start taking this shit serious. Why? Because it's your life. It is serious. I'm not saying you got to be 100% serious from the time you wake up till the time you go to bed when you're listening. You got to laugh. Make it fun. Find a podcast that makes you laugh. Find a podcast you learn from. Find a radio station that you like to listen to. Have fun with it, right? Dance when you're listening. I do that shit all the time. I do silly shit when I'm listening all the time. I bring my dog down, and let her sit down there and enjoy time spent together. Although I'm really not focused on her, I'm focused on listening. But there's all different ways you can make it fun, right? Find a way to make it fun. I gotta find ways to make searching for inventory fun now, right? Because it's not fun to me anymore. I wish it would just all be in my garage, right? So what I do know is everybody has greatness and potential in this group, And if you're watching this video, yes, I'm fucking talking to you. Quit doubting yourself and go after it, and don't stop until you get the results you fucking want to get. And then once you get them, stretch the bar farther, because you would be amazed on how much you can get accomplished in 90 days if you stick to your plan. I think that's one of people's biggest thing that holds them back, is they break their fucking plan. Or they'll write a plan down and they'll do 90% of it and not the other 10% of it, right? Why do I know that? I've done it a lot in my life, right? So if you haven't been goal-oriented, if you haven't been writing goals, do what the great people do. There's not one great reseller out there that doesn't have a goal they're reaching for right now. And goals written down in a routine they do on a daily basis. There ain't one great reseller that don't have that. It don't just accidentally happen. You don't just accidentally make 6 figures a year on eBay. It's not an accident. That was a schedule somebody followed, and they did it every day until they got the results they want, right? That's what it was. It's got nothing to do with, oh, can it happen for me or can it not happen? Fuck yes, it can happen for anybody. You can have look at all those successful people in what walks of life they come. Half the people, like Gary Vee, he came from overseas. Right? He was immigrant, right? There's people that come from countries that ain't never had nothing, man, not even running water. And they come over here and they make it, right? And that's what's funny is people in America make up excuses why they made it. Oh, they had 7 years tax-free, blah, 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 a bunch of bullshit. They have no knowledge on whatsoever that you have opportunities of the same. If people do that. Don't you ever hear that? I know there ain't somebody in this group that ain't never heard somebody say something about maybe an immigrant that came over and got a chain of gas stations and they criticize them or they treat them like shit because they're making it and they're not. Right? What the fuck you mean? You're in America. Make it happen. You are in the United States. Make it happen. You can do it too. Anybody can do it. And that's where it comes from, the limiting beliefs. Whatever you grew up around was telling you, no, you got to do what everybody else is doing. Go come back to reality. Go get a 9 to 5 like everybody else. I heard that shit when I was growing up, right? Because I thought there was different ways to make a living. I never fully conformed to the 9 to 5 life. Hence the reason why I'd work somewhere for 6 months and quit. Go somewhere else, quit. Go somewhere else, quit. I've had so many jobs, it's ridiculous. I knew when I was there, I'm like, this is bullshit. What am I doing? And I don't think I'm superior to anybody. I'm just saying there's nothing different from the successful resellers than you, other than that one thing. They made a fucking decision that they're going to take this shit fucking serious and nothing's going to get in between them, right? Sometimes you got to say fuck everybody around you, man, and focus on you. Right? People are like, that's selfish. Okay, well, if you don't make your dreams a reality, the reality you're giving everybody else is false. It's fake. That's what it is. That's truthful. How many people do you see in a gas station? Hey, how you doing? Oh, wonderful, great. They're not wonderful. Now, there are some that are, yes. 90% of them that say that just don't want to tell you the bullshit that's going on in their life. Right? That's facts. Make the decision. I encourage everybody in this group on the YouTube channel this year, if you haven't done it yet, make the fucking decision. I don't care what your number is. I don't care if you're going to do 1 a day for the next 365 days. Fucking do it. Just fucking do it and see the results. Most of us, me included, all of us, at one time in our life started something and quit. Which could have been great, and you just gave up. There's a bunch of shit. I was building go-karts. Me and my fiance were building go-karts, mini bikes, everything. We could have made a full-time living from that, right? We had people dropping their shit off and we were fixing it. I could have had a full-time garage going from building that. What'd I do? Something got hard and difficult. I couldn't fix it. I said, fuck this shit, I'm done. Right? Now here I am reselling. You see what I'm saying? Just like every single person that ever walked the face of it, I'm really contemplating the idea of making a podcast on YouTube around business ideas. Nothing but ideas people had. Not to steal your fucking idea. Look, you can tell 90% of the people your business idea, and very few are going to run with it and do something with it. Because they have limiting beliefs too. Right? So you got to execute them limiting beliefs. And I think you're going to hear me talk about that for a little bit. Because I think that's the most detrimental thing that we have as resellers is limiting belief. That something this good could happen to us. Right? Well, it can. But it takes a decision. So I want everybody in the group, everybody on YouTube, look, your decision's your decision. but you're going to get a result from every decision you make. So if you think, oh, today don't really matter. I've been listening for 6 months every day, so today really doesn't matter if I take it off. Yes, it does. Let me tell you something in life. Everything you do matters. Everything. Everything from your morning routine to your afternoon routine to whether you go to the gym or not, whether you're stuffing potato chips in your fucking throat or not, whether you watch 18 hours of fucking Netflix a week. It all matters because it all gives you results. Everything you do, even being lazy, gives you results. You start getting depressed. You start getting this. You start getting that. It all gives you results. Why not choose the right results, right? One thing is we get comfortable in life with a routine. It becomes a habit, and it's the hardest thing to break. I was in a tattoo shop, and one tattoo shop denied me because I started the wrong way, which the majority of people do. They just don't admit it, right? I started tattooing out of my home for a few years, and I don't encourage that, and I don't think anybody should do that unless you're a professional tattoo artist and you've been doing it long enough to where how you know to make something sterile and using the proper shit, right? Different story. But I started out wrong. And I went to a shop and they denied me because they says you incorporated a lot of bad habits. And most people, all the way down to my clean glove and my dirty glove when I'm breaking my station down, everything. All that matters when it comes to tattooing. Tattooing's like medical. It's medical, man. Right? So the one guy denied me. He's like, dude, you've been doing this for 3 years, man. You got bad habits. You've incorporated throughout your tattooing. I'm not saying your work's bad. He wasn't saying my work was bad. He said I incorporated some bad habits that most people can't break as a tattoo artist because it becomes second nature how they're tattooing and they didn't even realize they're doing something wrong. And I don't mean putting the ink in the skin wrong or this or that. It could simply mean be touching your cup with your dirty hand when you got a clean hand for a reason. Right? It was a couple of tiny things, and he's like, dude, you might not never be able to break that habit, so I'm not gonna do it. Fortunately enough, I got into a shop that worked with me, and I was able to break them habits. What I'm trying to relate that is if you've been living as long as me, 41 years, 30 years, 20 years, you got some bad habits, man. You probably got bad, and especially if you ever worked a 9 to 5 for longer than a few years, you got bad habits of relying on other people to pay your bills, because that's what you're doing. You're trading time for their money. That's what people do at a 9 to 5. You give your time, whatever you do, they give you pay for the amount of time. It's a trade, right? You give up your time, they pay you. And you're relying on them to pay you, so you're relying on that person to take care of you in life, right? So if you have that habit of doing that, it's very hard to break from that. I was there, right? It's still hard to think deep down inside my mind, I am going to be the one that's going to take care of me, and nobody's going to tell me different, right? It's a difficult one to swallow. But this group, I'm going to sum it up. I got to get my ass cranking, but because I'm actually trying to increase my listings by a few a day. But anyways, I want you to know is you do got greatness in you. You got a switch you could fucking just hit and go at it, man. Now, I'm not telling you to work 24 hours around the clock. If you can't be consistent, if you've had a hard time being consistent, focus for the next 2 weeks and not missing a day. And once you achieve that, pat yourself on the back and go another 2 weeks, right? Do it, man. Why would you not? Why wouldn't you go after something? You don't understand my life. I got this. And everybody's got something else going on in their life. And I know a lot of people, I don't personally know, but I've done enough research with people with 4 fucking kids that are billionaires. Okay? Now, I'm not saying the wife's not at home doing all the work, or vice versa, the husband's at home doing all the work, but they made it happen. Right? So you can too. It's your boy Flip Stoop. You guys have a rocking night. Get your items done.